you doing laundry or what?
That was the game that the Cardinal pitcher
That's not
got.
what you're wearing today. What's going on, Thomas?
Hey, Mr. Gearing up for tomorrow.
Huh?
Gearing up for tomorrow.
Okay, getting up for tomorrow. What's going on?
They gonna take all that out.
Oh, really? Man, gonna take them all out, huh?
I'm be looking smooth like you.
Man, look out now. Look out, man.
Hopefully help me in my whole width.
Oh, yeah.
All my width is
Oh,
gone.
yeah. Yeah, so now you're gonna get implants, or you gonna just get
We're gonna start.
Lisa, you ready?
See how things go.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of it's gonna be on me. If
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Tuesday, May 13th, 2025 meeting of the Danville Public Works Committee to order. Roll call, please.
Bob Iverson. Mike O'Kane.
Here.
Tom Hightower.
Here.
Jim Pichard.
Here.
Carolyn Wands. Ed Butler.
Present.
Chairman Mike Poore.
Present.
5 present.
We do have a quorum. Alderman Iverson, as everyone knows, has been admitted to OSF in Peoria, having some pretty serious issues, so keep him in your prayers. And Alderman Wands is on vacation, so that's the reason they are absent. Okay, moving on to item number 2, the approval of the minutes. These will be from the April 8th, 2025 meeting. If there are no corrections, need a motion to approve, please.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, thank you. Moving on to item number 3, the approval of the agenda. A couple changes. We will be removing 8B, an ordinance to provide public transportation to the city of Danville, Illinois. That'll be removed. It doesn't need to be acted on. So we'll move up C, resolution to accept special warranty, to B, and item information will become C. So basically removing B and moving the other 2 items up. Okay? With that, need a motion to approve the agenda, please.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Item number 4, audience comments. Madam Clerk?
Did anyone wish to speak this evening? Okay, thank you.
Chairman's comments. Item number 5. I'd like to welcome the new alderman, especially Alderman Hightower, to the Public Works Committee.
thank you.
One thing you will find frustrating, being new alderman, is that we've already approved the budget for this next fiscal year, which started May 1. So everything we act on has already been approved. Sometimes there'll be additional funds coming in that we have to act on. Sometimes there are additional expenses coming in that we'll have to have the departments do a line item to move income and expenses around, because once we submit a budget, we can't change the monetary value of each department. So, like I say, when we go through payrolls, when we go through payables, most of the payables have already been figured into those particular departments' budgets. So, I know Alderman Butler, for when you first came on, that was a hard thing to understand, that you're working with a budget that was passed by the previous council. So, with that, we'll move on to item number 6. Item number 6, the approval of the payrolls. These will be for May the 9th, 2025. Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay, questions on payrolls? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Alderman Iverson. O'Kane.
Yeah. Yes.
Tower.
Yes.
Pichard.
Yes.
Wands. Butler.
Yes.
Poore. 5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. Moving on to item 7, approval of the vouchers payable. These will be from the regular run of May the 6th, May the 13th, and a special run for May 9th. So we're doing action on 3 payables. Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved. Second.
Okay, questions on payables? Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman O'Kane.
Yes.
Hightower.
Yes.
Pichard.
Yes.
Wands. Butler.
Yes.
Iverson. Poore.
Yes.
5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. Moving on to item 8, public transportation, Director White. We have 8A, a resolution authorizing the execution and amendment of section 5311 grant agreement. Need a motion and a second, please?
Maybe take that and be together.
Oh, I'm sorry. And if there's no objection, we'll take the new B, resolution acceptance and special warranty required under Section 5311 Federal Transit Act of 1964. We'll take both those together, so we'll need a motion and a second.
So moved.
What are you putting together?
The Section 5311, the two, they're both 5311. One's a grant application, one's a Federal Transit Act approval.
The second one is a new provision that they require you to accept in order to accept the money for 5311. So the first one is the grant money. The second one is accepting the new provision.
Okay, well, hard of hearing, I thought he said A and B, and I thought we took B out.
We moved C to B and
Okay,
D to C.
I'm with you now.
Sorry.
Okay, questions or anything, Director?
Did you get a motion in a second, Chairman?
I did get a motion in a second.
Yeah.
No?
Oh, you did?
Who made a motion?
Yeah, I thought I moved.
You did, okay, and who made,
moved it, and then
Alderman
Bouchard
Bouchard seconded.
Okay, sorry, we didn't catch it.
I think I got, so to Alderman O'Kane.
Sorry, Chairman.
Okay, Director, anything?
So this application is just because the situation with Chris, the route study not being done. This was the state's way of making sure that we get the money that we deserve and need in 2026. So, well, in FY26. So this was just a formality that had to be done. I have to submit it to them, and we'll have the money.
Some of the things that the county's supposed to be doing there, since we're taking some initiative on our own to make sure things are handled correctly, right?
Yes, sir.
So, little,
And so otherwise, then is we don't get the funding until the county do their business.
No, we're good for FY26. This is just part of it. We're going to be on our own again this fiscal year.
Oh, we are.
They gave us another year in hopes that the county will get done what they have to get done.
Oh, okay.
you want to explain for the new alderman, we have two here, the reason the county's running our operation, basically?
So with the 2020 census, we became rural. So also in 20, there was an ordinance passed that Chris is the rural transit provider. So with all that being said, Chris is the lead agency per that ordinance and the county's vote. So we are waiting on them to get a route study done to see where we need to be, where we don't need to be, what they will take care of, what we will take care of. And basically, we're waiting on them to get that done so that they can take control of the money, but in hopes that something that will change in the next year so that the people of Vermilion County are guaranteed some transportation. So we'll see.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Each month we get a report on ridership and things too that the director includes in their packet. So is there any questions on that?
Ridership's still reasonably high, isn't it?
It is. I was hoping for 500,000 this year. We're probably going to end up right around 480, 485. So just a little short of 500,000, but hadn't been over 500,000 since 2018, 2019. So I'm happy with it. I wanted 500,000, but I'll take 485 this year.
I heard that. Yeah.
It's since he wants some money, I guess we better vote on A and B.
Yeah, you sure got that right.
Roll call, please.
Alderman Hightower,
Present.
Bouchard,
Yes.
Wands, Butler,
Yes.
Iverson, O'Kane,
Yes.
Poor,
Yes.
5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. Moving on to item number 9, Public Works, Director Rui. We have 9A, an ordinance approving the acceptance of right-of-way through section of the real property at 1 Gray Street for extension of the right-of-way from Gray Street to Main Street. Need a motion and a second, please.
So move.
Second.
Okay,
My turn?
your turn.
Okay, so this is a project that Public Works has been working on for a couple of months now. the house at the end of where Grace Street 90s to the west, if you're familiar with Grace on the south of Main Street. I just so happened to know the owner. I saw that it was boarded up. A shooting occurred there several months ago. I asked them what they were doing with the property. They said nothing. So they negotiated a very fair price, and that's what started the reality of maybe we can get Grace Street finally to Main Street and get rid of that mess. It's, for lack of better words, it's a mess. So the city acquired the house, which will get it to Main Street, but we need a little bit to go a little bit wider for right-of-way, and have had one Grace surveyed, which is, it's going to be a 40 by 100 long piece of property. It's just their side yard. And this ordinance here would be dedicating that new legal description, that parcel, as right-of-way.
So we can widen the alley, basically.
Exactly, because, yeah.
If anybody knows, it's a one-way off of Main until you get.
You're right. That's what I thought. It was a one-way there.
Yeah, it essentially, we just squared it off with where Grace narrows down at the alley.
Yeah.
And you know, we have a lot of infrastructure issues right there with the street and the road, and causing flooding for the neighbors too. So this would be able to get all of that straightened out.
Yeah, and ideally, there's been a little bit of a firebug on that street and maybe a little bit more crime. I don't know the data behind that, but opening it up to Main Street may help with that as well.
Okay. Alderman Bouchard?
Sherry Pickering.
Oh, there's Sherry.
So it will be a two-way street, or it's still going to be an alley?
No, yeah, it'll be a fully functioning two-way street once this is done.
Is that abutment, the cement that rounds the corner, is that part of an alley, or is that a private? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Yeah, you're talking about the big concrete barricades, or?
No, it's like a fence, but it's all cement and it's
Oh.
curved.
We probably installed that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the significance of that was, but I'm sure it was to protect either that property or to keep people from driving, because it's very narrow. If anyone's traversed through there, it's somewhat tough to get through there. But I don't know the full history of that.
Regardless, if it wasn't owned by the city before, it is now. So it should be taken care of.
Thank you.
Alderman Butler.
That road coming from Grace, it curves on down to that alley there, so that's going to straighten up.
Be straight.
Yeah, just go straight through. Where that house that has the boards up, it's going to go straight through there.
Yeah, okay.
So it'll be west of the yellow house, right on Main and Grace. That, right on the street alley.
Y'all didn't see a car seated there for the house. Is that something secret about that?
No, this is just the dedication of right-of-way. The acquisition for both properties didn't meet the threshold of coming to council. The house costed roughly, we paid the fair market value on the tax card for the house, which was roughly $16,000. And we ended up paying for the 40 by 100 lot $3.75 per square foot, which equated to be around $15,000 plus there's a fence that will be in the right of way. So we had to pay for the fence to be moved as well. So that was $2,500.
Yes, so that's somebody else's fence.
Yeah. But we worked it out to where we're going to be refunding the owner to move the fence.
Okay. Other questions? Hey, roll call, please.
Alderman Bouchard,
Yes.
Wands, Butler,
Yes.
Iverson, O'Kane,
Yes.
Hightower,
Yes.
Poor,
Yes.
5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. Can we take these together, these two?
They are different.
Oh, they are different, okay.
Yeah.
9B is a resolution amending the fiscal year 25-26 budget for Fund 122 budget, Downtown TIF District. Need a motion and a second for that one, please.
So move.
Second.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a good opportunity to put a plug into the media that the Downtown TIF application project grants are available for application during the month of May. At the end of May, it's over, and this resolution is a part of this. There is some funds. There's $360,000 of funds in budget reserves outside of the actual operating budget, which is $105,000. So what we're proposing in this resolution is to bring in $173,000 from reserves, add it to the 105, so we can have a really impactful grant process and program this year. And it still leaves some money behind for hopefully another really large project downtown, leaving $150,000 in reserves.
And so they give us a total of what you say there?
Yeah, so it'll give us a total of 105 plus 173, so 107. Call it $180,000. Sorry, $280,000 operating budget.
200.
Yeah.
Other questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Wands, Butler,
Yes.
Iverson, O'Kane,
Yes.
Hightower, Bouchard,
Yes.
Poor,
Yes.
5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. 9C is a resolution amending the fiscal year 25-26 budget and creating a fund line for the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Economic Development Initiative Community Project Funding Grant.
Can you say that again for us, Chairman?
Yeah, it's a HUD, EDI, and CFPF. Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
This is a finally moment. After a couple of the federal pauses and uncertainty on where the money was going to be moved to, the federal government has finally let us go on this Congresswoman Kelly allocated grant fund. It's in the amount of $850,000. It was submitted probably over a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
probably. We coined it the Madison Neighborhood Plan. That's how the grant was submitted. So HUD allocated $850,000 for blight removal, and whatever's left over after the demos occur will be rehabilitations. It's bound by Williams to the north, Madison to the south, Logan to the west, and Gilbert to the east. That was the project area that was submitted to the government and awarded. So all of those vacant properties you see over there should be torn down here really soon.
Oh. Okay, but I'll be in your office there then to make sure that some of mine is getting done down in my neighborhood.
Is it in the Madison neighborhood area that I just? So remember, this is not community wide.
Oh, it's not community wide.
No.
It's just a particular.
This was
area.
submitted and awarded for that particular area.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, you gave me a mouthful there. Then I'm going to have to try to get that in writing. I didn't get to write all that down.
Okay, that's okay.
I might be in that neighborhood.
We're good at making maps. We could Alderman Butler. We can get you a map.
Get me a map.
Yeah, get you a
When
map.
did she sneak in? Alderman T.
Do we have an estimate of how much it would cost to demo the properties in that area?
Yeah. So we typically allocate around $20,000 per property when we're doing budgeting. It all works out typically in that fashion. We think there will be some left over, barring some added asbestos cost. That's always what gets us at the end. If we're lucky, we should have $150,000 to $200,000 left over for hopeful rehabilitations in that area as well.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the money to start this season?
Yes. Yeah. So grant agreement. Now we are on their timeline, like it has been this whole time. So, but our assumption is we're at the finish line. We've done all of the red tape, environmental reviews. The grant agreement is the last step. Get that signed, and then hopefully go out to bid.
And are there going to be contractors available for that?
Yes. Our demolition contractor list is probably a dozen long. Yeah.
Okay. Alderman Butler.
So you said about our contractors now, our workers. Did we ever get our big machine ready? Is it ready now?
Yes.
Yep. It's all back and operational.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I really have some reservations about the incident. I mean, I don't know who inspect those buildings there before we start tearing them down. That we going to have to be really, really vigilant of the basements and
Yeah, so this,
all that stuff.
this,
Yeah.
the incident you're referring to, that building was in a state where we weren't able to get in and inspect prior to.
Oh, really?
So, moving forward, you know, we should be, in a good place with that, so.
Okay.
Alderman O'Kane.
So are any of the properties such that we can do the demo work? Or do you have to hire them out?
I believe the intent is to contract these out to get them all done at once, as quick as possible.
So you're gonna do multi-contracts or?
Yeah, every property will be bid out individually.
Okay. Seeing no more, roll call, please.
Alderman Butler,
Yes.
Iverson, O'Kane,
Yes.
Hightower,
Yes.
Bouchard,
Yes.
Wands, Poor,
Yes.
5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. 9D is a resolution approving the Midtown TIF RIP grant application for 14 West Woodbury. Need a motion and a second on that, please.
So moved.
Okay.
Is it second?
Is there, who's second?
Second.
Okay.
Okay. So, Chairman Poor, I actually have the owners of the project and the applicants for this project. So, if I may,
Okay.
they can give a great description of what they're proposing here.
All right. Come on up to the microphone. You have no, you can talk as long as you need.
We applied for a grant to.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Could you introduce yourself?
Sorry, I'm Sasha Powell. And
your-
this is
your
my
hu-
husband, Michael.
And your
Powell.
company?
Powell.
Powell Properties and Services, LLC.
Very good. Thank you.
So we purchased the building in order to restore it and turn it into office spaces for myself to use as a medical office and to create other office spaces that we can rent out to encourage other independent businesses to use that space, including a connection cafe, which we have at DAC as a mobile unit, which is a community support service. We've had really good success with that at DAC on campus for students and faculty, as well as public. We hold a lot of emotional support groups and educational services, including CEUs to professionals in multiple areas. We are going to put one of those in the building to have a standalone area to also be used by the community for social support and education and those kinds of things in that area. So the building is not up to code, so a lot of that money will be used to just bring the building up to code, to make it ADA compliant, and to install new plumbing and electrical work and a new roof and potentially new exterior because the whole thing needs help.
You all may remember this is the old bicycle shop.
The old Schwinn shop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a very beautiful pink cinder block building currently. Yeah.
And Logan, if you would, just for our new alderman, explain exactly what TIF is and why we'd be able to use the money for this.
Yeah. So TIF essentially is it's a state statute that is passed by and requested by the municipality. So it's a state law that's passed and it's bound. It has legal descriptions in certain areas. The city of Danville has 5 separate TIF districts. The one we're discussing tonight is the Midtown TIF. And they were all applied for at different time periods, so they all have different, what I like to call health fund accounts. Midtown TIF is the most mature TIF account, so we've seen some great projects rolling through in the past couple of years. But essentially what it does is, in this instance, let's just say the building right now its taxable value is $100,000. This investment brings up the value to $150,000. So you take the taxable increase of that $50,000 and whatever is collected by the county goes straight back into the city's TIF account to be recirculated and keep reinvesting in the TIF district until the life of the TIF is up. TIFs they last 24 years. I could be mistaken, but it's 24 years, and then you can apply to extend them for another 12 years or something like that. But yeah.
And that stands for Tax Increment Financing District. The whole point of that is to help bring up property values in the area and also to help bring along economic development.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How long have we had it? The TIF? How long has it been going on?
This TIF was started in the early 2000s. I think it was around 2006. Is that right? 2006 for the Midtown. So we are approaching extension time period for the Midtown TIF. This TIF is very successful. It's done its job. It brings in roughly a little over $400,000 a year back into the TIF district. A common misconception for TIFs is that, well, you're just stealing from all the other taxing bodies, mainly the school district. No, they still receive their snapshot property taxes from 2006. So they still are receiving revenue just from 2006. Yeah.
And then eventually when the TIF expires, because all the property in that area has gone up, the value of it is, then they'll receive additional long-term revenue as well. Yes, sir.
Correct.
Okay.
I apologize to you. I told her she wasn't gonna have to talk.
I warned her.
You did fine.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
everything.
All righty, should we vote? Roll call, please.
Alderman Iverson, O'Kane,
Yes.
Hightower,
Yes.
Bouchard,
Yes.
Wands, Butler,
Yes.
Poor,
Yes.
5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. Moving on to 9E, a resolution approving the purchase of a 2025 GMC Sierra service truck for building maintenance. Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, so is this for Alderman Bouchard?
Yeah. No, he just got a new one. So.
Oh.
No, so this is just part of our CIPs. Now that we're in the new budget year, we'll be going through and getting the vehicle purchases going that are within the CIP for this year. So just so you guys know, with the massive fleet that the city owns between all the different departments, it's always vital to make sure that we're keeping up with replacements, because if we get behind on replacements, we're just getting further and further behind, and we get to a point where we have unreliable vehicles, and obviously that's not very good when we're all kind of in an emergency response status. So having good, reliable vehicles is important. As this came in, I'll just, if you guys wouldn't mind if I can tweak this for next week. I noticed that we have a bit of a typo here where it's not to exceed price, because just in case they sell the truck prior, but then we've locked in the price below. I'd like to bring that next week as a not to exceed 60,000, if that's okay with you guys.
That's what it says.
It says that up in the whereas, but in the now therefore, we have that listed wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd like to
Put
correct
that at 60.
Yeah, I'd like to correct that.
Yeah.
If I could, please. So.
And so,
Okay with everybody? You're just gonna change, it says 60, not in the whereas, but in the, number one, it says 58,878.
Yeah.
He wants to put that back to 60.
Yeah, that's a just in case. The other thing I will do next week as well, because I need this needs to be a habit that we're doing, is I will also provide the joint or the cooperative purchasing price, so that you guys can see that we're actually saving ourselves money.
Oh, yeah.
I'll provide that as well.
Anybody that's been looking at trucks to buy a new one knows how much they are.
Yeah.
You're a trucker we replacing. How many years have
So-
you gotten out of that one?
So this one is well past its life. When we hired on building maintenance personnel last fiscal year, or 2 fiscal years ago, can't remember now. But anyway, we went ahead and kept that truck in service even though it had been replaced. So it's actually getting replaced a second time, but due to the increase in number of building maintenance people that we have on staff, it required an extra truck. So we kept it in service. It's well past its life. I'm gonna say it's roughly 25 years old is what we're replacing. So
A lot of good service.
I remember getting that thing a long time ago.
yeah.
Okay, Alderman Butler.
yeah, so what's this truck also gonna be, see, it's a heavy duty truck, too. Is it gonna be used for
So the
plowing?
so we try to put plows on everything that we can. This won't come with a plow on it. We will likely get a plow installed on it at some point. Right now, though, it'll just come in. It's just a single cab service body truck. It'll house all the tools that our building maintenance personnel driving it are using, and it'll be fully stocked and able to respond in emergency to a building maintenance issue, but also the projects they're working on, such as down at the stadium right now and different renovations. They're going to leave the stadium and go back over to Harrison Park Clubhouse, continuing on renovations there. Those projects, that truck will be stocked and ready to go with all the tools needed for that stuff.
Okay. And so was this your first choice? Do you know, in this truck? Do you have the reason? Do you know why I'm asking that question?
We look for the best deal that we can get for the biggest bang for our buck.
Something that's on the lot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, other.
Before the tariff.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive?
That's a good question. Let me scroll down to it.
The first one looks like it's 2-wheel drive, but the second one looks like it's 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, so for these building maintenance trucks, we honestly don't care if they're 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. We find what chassis we can find. So this one, we're not concerned with it being a 4-wheel drive, but
it won't matter with the plow on it.
For this one, it won't have a plow initially put on it, and probably won't ever be used that way. But it'll have the ability to plow if we needed it to. If we needed to put a plow on it in the future, we could.
I guess that's why I'm asking about the 4-wheel drive. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because sometimes, you know, it is a 4x2, two-wheel drive. It's the transmission are not made for pushing snow.
Yeah.
And you know, put you know, wear and tear, and the truck won't last long.
Yeah,
so
I've got
I would advise not.
So I trust Carl Carpenter and his mechanical skills.
Yeah, right.
He's the one that shopped around and found these. So I feel but for the use of this truck, this is an appropriate truck. Yeah. We just want to make sure we're getting the best quality truck we can at the lowest cost we can get it.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Alderman O'Kane?
Yes.
Yes,
Hightower?
ma'am.
Bouchard?
Yes.
Wands? Butler?
Yes.
Iverson? Poor?
Yes.
5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. 9F is a resolution awarding bid number 774 for the cleanup, load out, backfill, and restoration of the Model Star property. Need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
So after getting into the cleanup of the Model Star, we initially started doing that in-house. As we found the basements and extra thick concrete and the amount that was there, we decided that the best thing to do would be to go ahead and contract this work out to get hauled out. As you can see on the bid tabs on the attachment, the low bidder did not have everything included in their bid.
They'll say what for things.
So at the bid opening, they realized that and sent a follow-up email asking to retract their bid, which we typically have always allowed contractors to do. So the next lowest was Owens Excavating. They checked through their numbers. They feel confident they can hold that price. So we're looking to award that to them.
What a difference, huh?
Yeah, big difference there, you know.
And we get no reimbursement from anything on that, do we? Did they have insurance with the fire or anything?
I don't believe so, no.
No, this building is city-owned now from the Vermilion County trustee.
Yeah, but I mean, so when they had the fire, it was our building then?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, and it was set to be demoed.
Did we have insurance for fire?
Yeah.
Good luck.
So and this building was fenced in and everything else. It was accessed by some individuals who decided to light a fire in it and try to stay warm. So
Okay. Well, it needs to go regardless, but. All right, roll call, please.
Alderman Hightower?
Yes.
Pashard?
Yes.
Wands? Butler?
Yes.
Iverson? O'Kane?
Yes.
Hoare?
Yes.
5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. 9G is a resolution approving the purchase of playground equipment for Elmwood Park. Need a motion and a second.
So moved.
A second.
About time, right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm saying.
Where we get, who's,
So I tried to print off some pictures online. However, my computer fritzed and it printed out a bunch of gibberish, but no pictures. So next week I'll make sure I have some pictures of what the equipment is that we're purchasing to pass around. I don't believe it's attached to the quote. It's not. So anyway, I wanted to have that for you guys tonight, and I was trying to print it as we walked out. But anyway, it's pretty close to the size and features of what's there. It'll be newer, obviously. It'll be brand new. And there's multiple slides on it. It's going to be similar to size-wise, but be a very nice-looking piece of equipment for sure, and should really dress that park up along with the court project that we're doing there, where we're updating the basketball court. So that'll be new with some new fence, new hoops. All that'll get done this year as well.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to the old playground equipment? Can you replace it?
So that playground equipment also matches the equipment currently at Liberty. If there's anything that's needed to patch anything and it's useful, we might keep it. Otherwise, it goes to scrap, and we'll that scrap money will go back into the parks budget.
Alderman Pritchard, we tried to when they tore down Cannon School. That playground equipment was still in quite good condition, and we wanted to reuse it. But it was, by the time we got everything taken out, trying to transport and remove it, and then also ensuring the integrity of it. Basically, it was going to be more expensive to try to use existing playground equipment than to buy new. So,
And anybody that's been out at Elmwood, I mean, there are some decent pieces, but it has definitely served its life.
Yes, it has.
so then we do all the site clearing and everything, site prep.
Yeah, so we're gonna clear everything out, and they'll come in with a blank slate and install. We have in the past, our parks crews have installed this equipment. They have the ability to do so. After getting the quote for the installation, it's worth it to keep our parks crews working on all of the other maintenance items that we have, and to let them go. That's a pretty good price for install. So I don't know how competitive we would be with that number, but we wouldn't be saving ourselves a whole lot of money by doing it ourselves.
Okay. Other
Yeah,
questions?
so you are going to contract it out.
So, well, within the purchase price, we're gonna have it installed by the company that we're purchasing it from.
16,000, almost 17,000 for the install.
Right.
that's included in this price, Mr.
Right. But that's included in the.
Gotcha.
Why'd we get what's the discount for? Just because?
So they do a spring promotion, which is why we're capitalizing on this right now. Game Time, this company came, gave us an update. We were put in contact with them through Farnsworth Engineering, who is working with us on Garfield Park. So they made us aware of this because they do a lot of design of parks and whatnot. So they put us in contact with Game Time. Game Time runs 2 specials a year. So a salesman came over and met with us, walked us through how that all works. So this is a spring promotion, and then they also do one in the fall that's also a pretty substantial promotion. So we're hoping that if we're able to get some savings mustered up, that we're able to maybe capitalize on a little bit more additional equipment at maybe some other parks that are in need this year.
Yeah, because that savings, that paid for the install.
That's right.
Sherry.
No, I mean, yep, Alderman Pickering.
I hate to ask this timeline. Might be done.
Good question. So the way they described it to me was, as these come, they're kind of first come, first serve, and this is kind of the time frame that they're with their spring promotion, that they're basically loading up their schedule for the year. The equipment will be made, and it'll matter. It basically matters. They do first come, first serve as they come in. So they have a few different crews that kind of travel around the U.S. and install these. So I don't have a good time frame, but they were fairly confident that it'll be installed this season.
And these are all standard parts. I mean, it's not like they have to special make anything.
Yeah.
Just as whatever their inventory happens to be.
Do we know when they will have the equipment done? We don't know that yet.
I don't know the answer to that either. Everything is just come as like a first come, first serve type thing, and this is when a lot of cities are making these purchases. So
As soon as we know, we'll make
yeah,
sure.
I'll make sure and let you guys know as soon as I have a better idea.
Made in the U.S.?
Yeah, I believe so. I think so.
What's it someone else wait for it to come from China or something? Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Pritchard.
Yes.
Wands, Butler.
Yes.
Iverson, O'Kane.
Yes.
Hightower.
Yes.
Hoare.
Yes.
5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. Item of information.
So, go ahead. Go ahead.
So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome new aldermen. If you guys don't know me, I'm Mumuchu Guruk. I'm the city planner, and I'm here to talk about our community workshop as a part of our comprehensive plan update. Talking briefly about what a comprehensive plan is, it is a roadmap, a very important policy document that the city has been working for the past year and a half. This is a document that helps make a lot of development related decisions for the next 25 years, for the next few decades. And a very crucial part of this plan update is community engagement. And we are hosting our third community engagement workshop tomorrow at the Police Training Center in the Public Works building. So I would urge all the aldermen, city employees, and all the residents and everyone who works in the city to participate here, because I cannot stress enough, but community input, public engagement is a crucial part of this plan. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Thank you.
There's a survey online too. The community can.
Yeah, we have a project website where you can just get updates on where we're at. So we are right now in our community engagement part of it. We were also doing some like data collection, data gathering. So yeah, and we also have a survey. Just like we need to hear what you have in mind and what you would like to see Danville as in the next 20 years.
Where can they find that survey, Mumuchu?
Sorry?
Where can they find that survey?
So it's very easy. So it's danville2050.org. So that's our website, and you can find all the information, also the survey in that website.
Danville2050.org.
We'll make sure we'll do another post on the Facebook page and everything, and just we'll do another one to recirculate it. Just a second, what she's saying, this is a comprehensive plan that's helping steer the vision for where Danville's going in the future. So, I mean, community input is very, very vital to this. So every voice is heard when they go there. I mean, when I got to attend one of these meetings, I mean, they're keeping notes on what everyone is saying, what the input is, and everything. So, I mean, every voice is definitely heard. It's not a waste of time. It was actually a very exciting meeting to be a part of.
Yep. When's the last time we did an extensive comprehensive
2008.
Plan? 2008.
Yeah. And it is state law of a municipality of our size that we keep an updated 25-year plan, believe it or not.
Yeah. And so this is tomorrow, she said?
Yes, tomorrow at the police center.
Okay, what time? At 5:30?
At 5:30, yes.
5:30?
5:30, yep.
Okay. Hey, Dave?
Yeah, I just want to make you guys aware, per our purchasing policy, if we ever have an emergency repair that comes up that is over $50,000, we need to just make you guys aware of that. We don't know right now what the cost will be. However, we have an emergency repair getting ready to happen at the end of Lauer Street, or L-A-H-R Street. I'm not sure how, I've heard it multiple ways around town. We call it Lauer, what I've heard. Down at the dead end towards Carver Park, right up. It's actually, there's a manhole that's currently in Stony Creek. We're going to be relocating it. We found that we had an SSO there. So we have an issue with storm sewer line, or sorry, sanitary sewer line and a sanitary sewer manhole. That's going to get rerouted. It's pretty deep, so we are estimating we're going to be close to the $50,000 range for this emergency repair. So just bringing that, letting you guys know that that's going to be coming, and how this works for emergency repairs is when we receive the invoice, the final invoice, we bring it through council for payment. So you'll know exactly what it costs, but per our purchasing policy, we are required to just let you know that this is potentially coming. I'm hoping we get lucky and we end up under 50 and we just, move forward, but wanted to make sure you guys were made aware of it.
And so the reason why this is going on, where there's a crack in the line, or
so the bottom of the manhole's missing, and the manhole's integrity is not good. The bank of the creek had kind of eroded around the manhole, so the manhole is kind of sticking up like a chimney out in the middle of the creek, and
Tree roots.
Yeah, tree roots.
It had a lot of tree roots in there from the bank because there's large trees growing around, and it had infiltrated in. So it was essentially being strangled, the flow was, by tree roots. But then upstream of the manhole, we had a broken line. Essentially, there was a disconnect at one of the joints and created a what we call a sag condition. And in a sag condition, you start getting solids and other debris built up in that, and it will plug up the line. That's what happened there, basically. A combination of that with the tree roots.
The good news is, let's look at a silver lining here. The good news is this was slated to be repaired. That was actually slated to be repaired, included in a maintenance repair program for the sewer lining this year. So it was going to get lined as well. So installing, depending on how things get installed and what repairs get done, that may end up reducing costs on that project later on. So little silver lining there, I guess.
Yeah, because it sounds like to me that, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're all right.
That we got a storm sewer, a storm drain, and a sewer line is interconnection there.
So no, there's no interconnection, and we're actually not able to have interconnections. If we find those, we have to get them disconnected per statute. So no, this is just sanitary, but the manhole, the way they installed things back in the day, the manhole was installed very close to Stony Creek, and so as things erode, it exposed it.
Okay.
When I built Material and Fuel, we worked with one right there, and that had to be lower than Stony Creek, and that thing had to have been built before 1950, or.
Yes. If you look at the 1950, I did do that, Alderman. I was just curious how old that sewer line was, and it's pre-1950, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't believe how deep it was.
Anyone else? Okay, moving on to item number 10, Chief Yates. We have 10A, a resolution approving an application to the Office of the Illinois Attorney General for the fiscal year 26 ILAG Organized Retail Crime Grant. Need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Chief?
This is the second year. If you recall, last year we had the 25 fiscal year. This is a grant out of the Attorney General's office, Kwame Rao. And it's it can be used for organized crime and retail theft. So what this would be doing is, if you recall that camera grant, we referred to it as the camera grant. We had purchased the video management system and the software that we needed, as well as the cameras with the last grant, which the last grant was matched. I believe the grant was 30,000 and the city provided 32. This is not requesting a match. This is just a grant. So, and it would cover a 1-year either subscription or purchases.
Questions? No? That was easy, Chief. Roll call.
Alderman Wands, Butler,
Yes.
Iverson, O'Kane,
Yes.
Hightower,
Yes.
Bouchard,
Yes.
Poor,
Yes.
5 yes.
5 yes, thank you. Any items, Chief?
No, just a reminder, tomorrow is the police memorial out at Sunset. We'll have police agencies throughout Vermilion County. If many of you have been to those before, it's quite humbling, as well as honor to be witness to it.
Chief, that's at 10 o'clock, right?
Yes, sir. It's 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Okay, moving on, item number 11, closed session. There is no need for closed session. Item 12, item of information. No. Item 13, committee members' comments.
Has there been any movement on some, like Red Lobster? I get a lot of questions about that. Has there been anyone interested in that building lately?
Oh, there's been a couple of inquiries from real estate agents around the country, but nothing that's stuck just yet. I think with the current retail and restaurant market in the city of Danville, I'm being very positive. I have a positive outlook on it. I think the building's in good condition. So,
And just so you'll know, because I saw it was mentioned publicly, we do have them in the inspections process for their grass and other issues. So.
There was some information going out there too, that they trying to reiterate some of their restaurants back in different towns. Have we really looked into it, getting them back, or
yeah, so
anything like that?
There wouldn't be anything that we can do as the city to bring Red Lobster back. They would have to make that decision on their own. As of right now, I know that it is for sale, and that hopefully we can get it filled with another restaurant tenant here soon.
You could get a franchise, Alderman Butler. Call Red Lobster, get a franchise, you know.
Okay, I hear you, man. Yeah, what I'm saying is that we can probably have open arms and say, hey, we will welcome for you to come back.
We welcome absolutely anybody that's willing to spend money here.
That's what I'm saying. So have we reached out?
Yeah,
to that.
Unfortunately, that's
say,
just not how it works.
Bring one back here. I mean, hey, man, come on, y'all, come on. You know?
Unfortunately, I don't have them on speed. I'm kidding. I don't have them on speed dial, but yeah, they're just gonna have to make that choice. There's nobody that I know in that system, and it's very difficult to get a hold of anybody in those type of corporations. They'll reach out if they're good and ready. To be frank with you.
Yeah, we're just lucky Ollie's is coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alderman O'Kane.
Any good news on Fairchild and Vermilion with the government and the money for those areas?
Yeah. So we have met with the EPA again. They put us on pause for several months. So we are certain that that project is going to continue. We're hoping to see a large hole dug on that site here in 2025. This season.
It's 2025 now?
I hope so. We just got to see how early the freeze comes.
All righty. Well, having satisfied the agenda, motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.